Once again, welcome everybody. Tonight we're gonna talk about reported speech. You have beginners. Okay, yeah. So, during the class, before we start, I would like to remind you all that you are here to learn. So, the more you interact, the more you just involve and engage yourself, the more you can learn. So, I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to ask you to make examples. I'm gonna write something in the chat. So, make sure you do that because this is the only way you can learn. It's not a YouTube video that just watch it. I need you to be active. And those who wants to speak, someone was just talking about can we talk? Just raise your hand if you want to use your microphone. Because we have different types of students. Some of them want to just type, while the other group wants to speak. So if you want to speak, just type me or raise your hand. I'll give you permission. So together we will just continue the class. Type me or raise your hand and I'll give you permission. I've been in the server for like 2 hours. Okay. Got it. So let's begin. Reported speech is an upper intermediate grammar topic, and at the end of this lesson you will be able to report what someone else has said or written. In simple words, what is reported speech? Go on, start typing, start writing down your answers, explanations, examples, definitions, whatever you know. You can Google it, you can have ChatGPT do it for you, that's totally fine, no one cares. The point is that you learn it. So, what is reported speech? Take your time and type in the chat. 47 students, 47 messages. If you're here just to listen to me, you had better leave it. I have just turned off the Wi-Fi. So is it reported speech? Or are you just saying? So it's not reported speech. I have just turned off the Wi-Fi is not a sentence for reported speech. So I'm waiting for your answers. What is reported speech? You start typing, start thinking. Why I think a speech to report. Very good. What does it mean, a speech to report? Reported speech is a grammatical answer for reporting the content of another. Nice. Typing, okay. Yes, it is. It is what? So, here is a grammar topic which reports. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Report what someone else has said or written. Right, there's two types. Direct speech or direct speech and indirect speech. Let's talk about them for a second. Direct speaking, very good. She said she is tired. To some extent it is, but we can revise it. We have a better way. She said she was tired is better. Reported speech is when you report something that is happening. You mean if something happened before, we cannot report it? It has to be something that is happening. Reported speech, also known as indirect. No, it's not also known as. We have two types. Reported speech, direct speech. Reported speech, indirect speech. But in daily conversation, we use the indirect one. So people may assume indirect speech as a common one. But we have direct speech too. But thank you. That was nice. So first of all, when do we use reported speech? Let's talk about this for a second. When do we use reported speech? It's like Chinese whispers. Probably several people. That's good. Okay. When we are storytelling. Okay, could be. What else? News. Okay. That's great. Just share your opinion. We use it, you mean, in political speech? Could be. I've been working at. No, it's not. That's present perfect continuous. Talking about past when we need to convey information that someone else has said. Very good, Daniel Smith. Interesting. When we teach someone. Can we say share? When you share something when you inform, I think it's better. Talk about someone who is not present at the moment. Could be. Defense reporting, when you need to talk in front of many people. So, some of you are correct, some of you are not. Let's just read together. We use this topic. First of all, direct speech. We have two different types, as we mentioned: direct speech and indirect one. So, direct speech is something we can see in books. I want to go, Alex said. For example, it's time to go, the old man said. You have actually encountered some of them while you're reading books. It's something called direct speech. You directly, without changing anything, just quote, just type, or just write what someone else has said or written. We don't change anything in this case. Let's go, Jack said. Or Jack said, let's go. And we use some quotes, double quotation here. But indirect speech is something we all know, that something commonly used in our everyday conversations. Like, hey, yeah, Jack told me that he was ill, for example. Or they told me, for example, they would do something. When do we use it? Let's talk about it. Direct speech in writing, such as novels, articles, essays, and books in general. But on the other hand, we have the indirect one, which is used in spoken English in our daily conversations. Direct speech is pretty obvious. We're not going to talk about it because it's super easy. When we directly, as you can see the name here, quote what someone else has said or written, we use proper punctuation. For example, Ali said, I can help you. We use this punctuation ones. Jack told me we're going to Italy now, for example. And these should be written. You cannot say it while speaking. You should write something or you should read something. But reported speech, indirect speech, is something else. He said he is working right now. To some extent, is correct, yes. Reported speech is always in the past, no, never. We have in future, in past, in any tense. It's a common, actually, we commonly use it in our daily conversation. And our daily conversation doesn't necessarily limit to the past. Oh, so it must be original from the source. Yeah, of course. Indirect speech while when complaining to someone. One of the usage. The ones exactly is direct one, yes. Because in our daily conversation, because in our spoken English, we cannot use quotation, huh? How can you use that? I mean, of course, we have some hand gestures, but we change the system. We change the structure. We call it interpretation here. We reinterpret. Interpret means just to say what you got. Your comprehension, we can say. So we reinterpret. Means, again, the quotation and state it and say it in our words. So we have to change it, huh? For example, here, Ali said, I can help you. I have a question. In this sentence here, who is helping or who can help? Who is the person that can help in this sentence? Tell me, please. Who is the person? Alice. Very good. Very good. Exactly. But imagine I say this to you. Oh, yeah, but I want to tell you something. Ali said I can help you. So, in this case, Ali said I can help you. Do you 100% understand that Alice is going to help, or I, as Nima, am going to help? Is it confusing a little bit? Like, imagine you're talking, I can help you. Who can help whom? Who can help whom? So, because it's a bit confusing, we just change the structure. Now I told you about Alice, you know that. But imagine you're just listening to different conversations every day and they say, for example, yeah, Jack said they are going, or Jack said he was doing this. Some of them are easy to understand, but some of them are confusing. So we state in our own word. It means we change the structure. So here, Alice said, I can help you. We change it to Alice said that he. So I considered Alice as a boy, which is a mistake. She. This is a mistake I made. Alice said that she could help me. So here we have you, we have me, help, help because of can, could, I, she. I can help you, she could help me. Alright, Jack told me we're going to Italy now. Jack told me that they are there. Now, then. We are going to Italy now. Jack told me that they were going to Italy then. Kind of confusing, yes, it's a bit confusing. But with practice you can master it, huh? Practice makes perfect. But generally you just need to understand the whole topic. Because when you are listening to these sentences, you don't need to know who said something because it's clearly obvious. But if you are the speaker, you should just change some basic things. But we'll talk about them. So this is the whole topic. We're going to talk about indirect speech because the direct one is easy. We have something we call it the 3-step structure. A structure that has 3 steps. 1, 2, and 3. Let me use my pen, I think it's easier. So change the pronouns. So first of all, what is a pronoun? I have a question here. What is a pronoun? What do we mean by pronouns? So until you're, in the meantime you're typing, if you want to download the PDF I'm using, it's my PDF. You can simply join my Telegram channel for free. In which there are so many free materials, quizzes, so on and so forth. I, you, he, subject, she, he, it. Okay, we have 46 people, means 46 answers. I, you, she, very good. Subject, object, replacing the name of a person. So subjects, no, because Jack could be a subject too. Playing football could be a subject too. Pronoun, exactly like he, she, it, him, I don't know, himself, themselves, there, so on and so forth. Exactly. So we change the pronouns to reflect the new speaker. So we change it. Let me change the color here to something you can see. So we change the pronouns, like I am going to the store. Sarah is a girl. So Sarah said that she. I to she. Or here, we to they. Because when I say we are going, it includes me too. We are going. Me and my friends. And my friends and I. But when I say they, it means, oh, not me. I'm just telling you that they were going to Italy. So first step, change your pronoun. And here, not necessarily the subject. For example, here you said, Ali said, I can help you. He could help me. Anything that you see as pronouns technically should be changed unless you are the subject of this one. I mean, you are targeted. Change the verb tense to reflect the new speaker's point of view, POV. We call it backshifting or backshift. So, for example, your friends were using place of, very good. This is a good definition here. So, for example, your friend told you something, I don't know, last week or yesterday or just, I don't know, an hour ago. And now you want to just tell it to your friends. So, for example, he said, I'm studying chemistry now, 2 hours ago. So, after 2 hours, is he still studying? After 2 days, is he still studying? Record that. So we change the pronouns to reflect the speaker. If the speaker is a man, we use he, common sense. Or his name, you can use Jack too, that's fine. If the speaker is a woman, we use she or her name. If there is a group of speakers, we use they or their names. So we are leaving, they said that they were leaving. We change it. Remove, we can we use it as a synonym to remove? Yes, of course, yes. Exactly. Leave out to. Yeah. Sarah said, I don't like soccer. Sarah said that she didn't like. Let's highlight it. She. I to she here, for example. We to they. Jack said, Grace. Jack said, Grace is always late. Jack said that she, is it correct? Was always late. Jack said that she, is Jack a man? Is Jack a man or a girl? A boy or a girl? Jack said she, is it possible? What's happening here? This is easy, yes, but we will get to the tough one. What did he call it? This is the peace before a storm? Something like that. Grace. Very good. So Sarah said Sarah doesn't like. So we can say that, it's fine, but it's ridiculous. Sarah said Sarah. Sarah said she. Because technically in English and any language, when you say Sarah, then you use a pronoun. That's the use of pronoun. But if you want, you can say Sarah said Sarah doesn't like soccer. That's fine. But when I said names, means here. Sarah said Grace. Jack said Grace was always late. So sometimes a person has said something about another person, and we, as the third person, want to report it to another person. Therefore, the speaker in the reporter clause and that in reporting clauses are not always the same. We have 4 people. Jack, number 1. Grace, number 2. Number 3 is you, that you're saying. Number 4 is me, that I'm listening to you. So sometimes it's a bit complex, a bit complicated. And reported and reporting clause. So this is reporting. This is reporting clause. Jack said reporting clause. Reported clause like this. Grace is always late. She was always late. You don't need to just learn the names. Just know that sometimes it's a bit complicated. Backshifting, super easy. This part is really easy. I am confused with this state. If the speaker is man, woman, we use she. So here, for example, Curtis, Jack said Grace was late. Grace is a name, her name. Or you can use his name too, like you said, who said? Sarah said, Sarah, you said. Sarah doesn't like soccer. It means not necessarily. You can use either one. If you want to use the name, use it. If in a context you just want to use a pronoun, that's fine. Okay? Technically, Sarah said Sarah doesn't make sense. I mean, it's correct, but why would you use 2 Sarahs when you can say she for the second one? But it conveys the meaning and it's grammatically correct. But sometimes you're talking about another person. You're talking about another person. Like Jack said Grace. Here we can use Grace because if you say she, you mean who is she? And maybe you think Jack is a girl, so it's not possible, so it's a mistake. No. Jack said she, that girl, whose name is Grace. And it depends on the context. It depends on the topic, the situation you have. So, back shift means shift back. We go 1/10 back when they want to report an indirect speech. Many people think it's hard. It's not hard. Can, could. Past of it. So, the past verb of the original one. Can, could. So, do we have like faster than could? Help me. What is faster than could? Do we have it in English? Does it exist? Like can, go back, so we have could. So could, go back. What do we have? Like could it, what do we have? We don't have it. We don't have it. So we repeat it. We keep it. We keep it. If you don't have the past form, you keep it. Couldn't, couldn't. Shouldn't, shouldn't. For example. I don't know. Might, would. We cannot say double would. He would do that. No. Would. We keep it. Have to, has to. We say had to. If you have had to, you keep it. Again, had to. Must. Ought to. They are the same. It means should. may, might. So here is interesting. So these are modal verbs, auxiliary ones. These are the base verb like present simple, past simple, present to past. Okay, past simple. So we have past perfect. If you see a timeline here, imagine this is a timeline I have, and this is present. So when I say present simple, I should go back. So back is past simple. So what is faster than past simple? It's past perfect. And it doesn't matter if it's simple or continuous. The same part. Present perfect, here, for example, present perfect. Past perfect, you keep it. Future, for future is super easy. For future, you just replace will to would. Super easy. Will to would. Am is was. Past of it. Had been. Or were, had been. Have been, had been. I'll give you some examples. So if it's already past, of course, because you cannot go back if you don't have anyone. How can you go faster than past perfect? It doesn't exist in English. No, we need to past perfect. If it exists, yes, but if you don't have, why didn't we do it with the modal verbs? Had to. We don't have had to. No, don't make this mistake. Had to is like force. You have to study. You have to do this. You have to go out. I'm forcing you. You have to, I don't know, listen to me. But had is something else. She had studied. It's past perfect. Don't confuse the tenses here. You don't say had to. For example, I say, you have to study. You have to study. Okay? How do you use back shifting? So, for example, the teacher said that. Help me. The teacher said that. You means, for example, all of you. You should say we. You means all of you. So the teacher said that we or I had to study. But I say, said that I had to study. Yes. So, but I say, when I was a child, I'm talking about myself. When I was a child, I, for example, had to study. I'm talking about myself. Yeah, I'm just telling you a story here. Yeah, I had to study. It was a difficult situation. So now tell me. Now do it. He said that. How would you use it? Nima said that he type it. He had to study. Exactly. You keep it. You keep it. We don't say he said that he had to. Very good. It's based on the context. So I'll give you some examples. Don't worry. For example, he is. Why he? Because I am he. What do you mean? I had to study. Nima had to study. Means me. So you're saying he had to study. The person who wrote this is a man. So he. Oh, I got it. Very good. So let's talk about this one. I will write some sentences. You help me. He is a lot. We use he a lot. How would you do that? She's listening to me. Royal not complete wrote it. It should said. Had been. Yeah, thank you for correcting me. What? Your Royal not complete wrote it. It should. Yes, okay. So, full sentence. She said that. She was listening to me. No, you should change it. She was listening to him, for example. For example, I said, let me fix that. Wait a second. Jack said she was listening to me. Now do it. We have a context here. Jack said she was listening to me. Jack said that Uh-huh. She was listening to me. Now say, Jack said that. She had been listening to him. Perfect. Perfect. Exactly. What about this one? We will have done the project by June. Whatever. They said that we will have done the project by June. Let's go. Nima said that we would. So are you a part of my team? I never invited you. you know. Nima said that they, very good. They would have done the project by June. Perfect. Perfect. They said that they would. Very good. Very good. Said they would have done. Exactly. He said they would have done. Perfect. Exactly. And the last one. For example, I know something. Let's say Sarah said Mr. Jackson had been, I don't know, watching football before. So we don't care about the rest, just this part. Just this part. No, it's not difficult. Don't say it's difficult. Super easy. You just need to understand the whole topic. Don't memorize. Sarah said that he had been watching football before some. Exactly. We keep it. Very good. What about others? Let's wait for others. We should fact check it. Sarah said that Mr. Jackson had been watching football before. Very good. Before something, we don't care about this. Sarah said that he had been watching. Perfect. You see, what is easier than that? You just change quotations to that. Super easy. But very good. Time or place, adverbs. These are really easy. You just need to memorize them to some extent or just understand the whole concept. Here, technically should be there because you change your place. Today becomes that day. Another day, another situation. Now becomes then. As we have it. Tonight, that night. Yesterday, the day before. Tomorrow, the next day. Because right now I say I did something yesterday, but 3 days later. Yesterday doesn't mean, for example, Sunday. It means Tuesday. So we change it. Let me give you some questions here. For example, he said, I am going to school right now. I'm going to school right now. What about this one? He said, I am going to school right now. He said that he was going to school. So what is right? Right now. What happened to right? Royal. What happened to the word right? He said he was doing to school. Thank you. Pep Jade. Perfect. Right then. We said now becomes then. So right now becomes right then. Huh? Very good. Of course, Royal. Exactly. Exactly. He said that he was going to school right then. Very good. Very good. Dino. 333. So you did it perfectly, Dino. Why did you say it was difficult? It's super easy. He said that he was going to school right then. Exactly. Or for example, she said, I cannot come to the meeting or join the meeting, whatever, tomorrow. What about this one? Gala the Galka wants to talk, so please wait. After that, I will give you permission to speak. Please type it if you have a question. So she said, I cannot come to the meeting tomorrow. She said she couldn't come to the meeting the next day. The next day. Very good. Very good. So, let me be honest with you guys. Never have I seen, or let's say hardly, have I seen some students that understand this topic, as soon as you did. Okay, that's perfect. All of the messages you're writing, they are completely correct. Because in one of my classes, it took like, I think 40 minutes, 35 minutes just to correct these mistakes. But you're doing perfect. Perfect. So here we have a note. Let's read it. If the time or place has happened in the same time or place that you're reporting, you can ignore this part. Ignore this part. If the time and place has happened in the same time and place that you're reporting, and you can exactly copy paste the adverb in your direct speech, just the adverb, and the verbs too. For example, by supposing that the current time is Monday 5 p.m. right now. Right now it's Monday 5 p.m. Alice calls. Sorry, I cannot come to the party tonight. Okay, that's fine. You sang up. Okay, who was that? Oh, it was, hey David, exactly at the same time. Alice just called. So Alice has just said that she cannot come to the party tonight. Because tonight is still tonight. Tonight is still tonight. Monday. So in that case, you don't need to change anything. Just keep it. Common sense. Because of that, the verbs can remain in the same position too. You don't need to use back shifting. You don't need back shifting here. Because we are in the same day, we are in the same situation. Tonight is still tonight. Is it really hard or is it easy? Which one? Because don't memorize these things, situations. Not too hard, very good. Just understand, exactly, very good. Just understand the concept. When someone calls you tonight, right now, and again tonight, you want to tell someone else, why would you change the time? You are still in Monday. But easy when you get it. Yeah, of course. So, for this part, I think we should have a series of classes for this topic because we are just 50% halfway there. What about questions? There are two ways to ask someone a question. So, for this topic, you have to know the basic concept, the fundamentals of English. For example, here, we talked about the tenses. Imagine someone doesn't know past perfect. Okay, teacher, what is past perfect? Oh my God. You should know this topic. So that's why we learn some tenses before this class, and then we move to this one. So there are two ways to ask someone a question. We either use WH, where was, for example, where, what, which, or just ask with auxiliary verbs, do, does, or are. Are you a soccer player? Do you play soccer? Are you a doctor? Are you a teacher? Or WH. Where were you last night? What did you do? What are you gonna do? We have two types. How can I download the website? You have two ways. You can either check out my website, englishwithnimafar.com, or you can simply join my Telegram channel for free. But yeah, thank you, Royal. Very good. So WH, we simply ask questions. We simply make the question a statement and use it in indirect speech sentences. So when I ask, where are you from? First, you should make it a statement, make it a sentence. Where you are from. Where you are from. What is your job? What your job is. I don't know if you know it or not. We call it noun clause. We make it like a statement. How are you? How you are. For example, how you are is none of my business. Or I don't care how you are. Or I don't know, I don't care what your job is. What your job is none of my business, for example. Something like that. Yeah, you're welcome. Why didn't you join? Why you didn't join us? I don't know. It's a mystery. You tell me the last one. When are you going to leave? Change it to a statement. Come on, I know you can. Who you are, what means? What do you mean? Who you are, what means? Oh, you mean what does it mean who you are? Okay, okay. For example, you say, hey, do you know who I am? I am the president of, for example, I am the manager. I said, listen, who you are is none of my business. Or I don't care who you are. And an example. So let's talk about this. How do you change the last one? When are you going to leave? When, you're welcome. When you are, so do we have just Royal here? 33 students, come on. Give it a try. When are you going to leave? Maybe Royal is wrong. Maybe he's right. Don't rely on your friends, rely on yourself. I don't care when, you are. You are. Exactly. Exactly. So, first step, you changed it? Okay. Now use back shifting. The whole system will just learn. Where you are from. He asked me where I was from. Done. Where are you from? Where you are from. He asked me where I was from. What is your job? What your job is. So here means your job, the whole noun phrase. He asked me what my job was. How are you? How you are. He asked me how I was. Why didn't you join us? Why you didn't join us? He asked me why I hadn't joined them. Them. When are you going to leave? He asked me when I was going to leave. This part is confusing. I can say that. This is a bit confusing. But this is how it works. First, this is the first step. Question to a statement. Then the whole process you learned. Pronoun, backshifting, adverbs, so on and so forth. But with auxiliary, it's something else. Are you a doctor? Okay, change it. Change it. How would it be? Are you a doctor? We change the on. Come on, type. You are a doctor. Very good. It really helps you. Maybe you say, okay, it's easy, but it will help you. So you are a doctor. Okay. So you are. I was. Yes. He asked me. Here we use if or whether. Optional, one of them. If or whether. He asked me if you are. I was a doctor. He asked me if I was a doctor. Do you play basketball? What about this one? How do you make it a statement? You play basketball because do just vanishes when we say you do play basketball. Means you play basketball. Very good. You play basketball. So he asked me if I played basketball. Or he asked me whether. It's formal. I played basketball. Is she okay? She is okay. She asked me if she was okay. What about this one? Have you ever been to Italy? Let me just cover it. Oops, wait. Tell me, have you ever been to Italy? Full sentence. You play basketball, she's okay, very good. So, she asked me, he asked me, you learned now. Let's just make full sentences here. Report to the speech. Have you ever been to Italy? He asked, blah, blah, blah. Take your time. And then tell me. She asked me if I has ever. So for I, we don't say have, we use have. I have and we use past I had. Perfect. Dia or Daya? Very good. He asked if I have. Are you sure about have? What about backshifting? Where is backshifting, Royal? He asked me if I had ever been to Italy. If I had ever, yeah. I have been Italian. No, I have been to Italy. He asked me if I had ever. She asked me if I had been to Italy. Very good. Okay. Very good, very good. So the correct one is had, by the way. So very good, exactly. Let's just reveal it and see it. He asked me if I had ever is optional. You can say that. Had you closed the door before you got in the car? He asked me if I had closed the door before getting. This is something for another topic. We use clauses, we use gerunds. If you don't understand, that's fine. This is for another topic. But generally, I had closed, had you closed, because past perfect is the last one, so we keep it. And the last one. Can you help me? Hello, can you help me? I need help. No, thank you. I am still confused about gerund. So that's another topic. If I open it, your mind would just blow. I would help you. So no, make it a question. Thank you. Make it a question. Indirect speech. I mean, he asked if I could help him. He asked if I could help him. So something Royal said. We don't use question marks. Because you're saying, you're not asking. You're saying, you're reporting. So he asked if I could help him. Him, technically. Could or can? Could is better. I could help him. Perfect. Let's see. He asked me if I could help him. Because when you say, I mean, it depends, but technically him, her, based on the situation. Now let's talk about imperatives, and we will keep suggestions. Here, okay. Let's just finish it. So for imperative means command, order, do it, go out, I don't know, study, don't smoke, don't do this. Do your homework. Use infinitives. He told me to do my homework. Use tell or told here. He told me to do. He told me to get out. He told me to do. Negative, he told me not to do. Do not park here. He told me not to park there. Do not smoke or don't smoke. He told me not to smoke. It is better to use told instead of said because tell is imperative. I'm telling you. You know, it's common. They say, are you asking or telling? Are you asking or telling? I mean, is it a command or something else? This is about imperative. Finish. What about this one? You tell me. Close the door. He told me. Close the door. He told me to close the door. He told me to yeah, very good. Of course. Perfect. Next one is again easy. We use pronoun suggested or suggested that. We always use this one. Let's go to the park. He suggested that we go to the park. For example, this is not. My bad. Let's not play outside. He suggested that we not play outside. Let's go. He suggested that we go then. We don't use backshifting here. And this is something we call it subjunctive mood. Subjunctive mood. Another topic, another theory. We just use it in this case too. It's a bit hard if I want to tell you. You would confuse. Definitely you would confuse. Just to show you how it works. The doctor, oh wait, the doctor suggested that he, so fill in the blanks. Forget about this topic. Forget reported speech. Fill in the blanks. The doctor suggested that he, no, it's not British, American style. No British. Because normally the use of should is British. Fill in the blanks. The doctor suggested that he water. Of course you know what's the verb. How do you use it? No. Had better no. Simple word. Just one verb. I just want one verb. No, would no. Okay. Can I say he suggested we don't? No. Because subjunctive mood. Because of subjunctive mood. The immortal said drink, not drinks. Huh? He drinks water? No. Very good. It's subjunctive. In this topic, you should forget all the topics you learned. He drink. No S. Why? Because of the topic. It's subjunctive. That's why I don't want to teach you right now, because it's confusing. But just know that we don't use backshifting. No backshifting for imperatives and suggestions. No backshifting. And if you have negative, let's not, we not. We don't say don't. Advanced tips. Just one advanced tip here. Again, if you know inversion, never have I done this before. Never do I play soccer. It means I never play soccer. We want to emphasize the fact that I don't play soccer. For example. So the first step. So she said that she never plays soccer. When we turn inverted sentences into directed speech, we call this inverted because we use inversion. Be aware that you need to change those into normal sentences first. Never do I play soccer. First, you change it to a normal sentence. I never play soccer. Then, just apply all the rules we have just learned. She said that she never played soccer. For advanced students, if you know inversion. We have some examples here. I have never seen such a beautiful sunset. She said that she had never seen. Or I don't know. I regret not spending more time with family. He said that he regretted not having spent more money, more time, for example. I have always been something. I don't know. I think I something. These are the examples. We're not going to talk about them right now because it's available for you guys to download it. So again, if you don't, if you haven't joined my Telegram channel yet, I suggest that you join using subjunctive mood. My Telegram channel, the link above is you berry, or my website. And thank you. That would be all. In 60 minutes, besides the fact that I got disconnected for I think a couple of minutes, we just covered this grammar topic. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know, and this is my website, englishwithnimafar.com. Let me know if you have any questions. I try to explain it in the easiest way. I don't know if I was successful in doing that, because this topic is a bit difficult, confusing. Will there be book clubs? You know the situation, Royal Pro. You know my situation here. Getting disconnected, no VPN, so on and so forth. I will try. I love those sessions, book club. I'll try to host it. So next week, we are going to have it. Yes, next week we will. And there will be a book club session. Hopefully, if I don't get disconnected. Because, you guys understand it. Because some students don't understand. Oh, you don't have a good internet. Why are you doing this? They don't understand the concept of being here as a teacher. Because, we don't get paid here. I just want to share this with different students because I believe we all have the right to learn English as an international language. Thank you so much for this session. Thank you. But it's okay for now. I'll wait for the PDF to revise the class. Yes, I will recording the class. I will have uploaded it by tomorrow. Thank you, Cornus. Thank you those who are active. I truly appreciate those who are active. And I hope to see others like Broccoli, Albert, Brother, Mel, Emo, Pro Dev, something, Takawara to be active too. What will the next lesson be? So we're gonna just get back on the track for tenses. We'll be studying future perfect and future perfect continuous, like I will have done it by tomorrow. After that, we can say that we have completely covered all the tenses in English. And we'll move to different topics afterward, like modal verbs, so on and so forth. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, Lucy with 4 Z's. Thank you so much. I don't know the tense. Okay, that's good. Thank you, teacher Nima. Thank you, Finn, with so many eyes. Thanks a lot, the Immortal. So I see some faces like the Immortal, Royal, like Guxo is not here today, Ark, and others. Those who are actively joining. That's invaluable actually. And Eki. Have fun, take care, and see you on Monday. Monday for book club. Thank you for teaching us. Thank you for being here. Bye bye.